Hello everybody, it is April 17th, 2023. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin here. So on Friday, I said that, same thing as last Monday basically. As long as Bitcoin's above 28.8, it should be shooting for 34K next. And eventually that can lead us as high as 48K for an initial move off that 16K low. It looked like we were still on that path. The micro action looked a little bit more clear as well, which is great. And so I said here in the very short term, a pullback into the 29.4 to 29.9 area is quite reasonable to expect. And then we can get a bounce and move up to that 32K area at least. And then eventually up to that more like 34 and eventually 48. So obviously today we did see that pullback happen, and we got down a little bit lower than that area as well. But we did not break 28.8. We are still above it. So for now, that is still my main scenario. This comes into play if we break below 28.8. That really kind of demolishes the bullish case for me. It certainly demolishes the immediate bullish case. Of course, anything can happen with, plenty of chop could happen during that time. Even if that breaks, we could get chop and then still go up. But certainly demolishes the immediate bull scenario if we go below 28.8. And the danger is that we can still see it go down to 10K if 28.8 falls. All right, so let's take a look. We have here, I think if I remember correctly, where was Friday? That was back here. So at the time of the Friday video, would have been right around here. I think I even had this labeled as a B wave top at the time. And I had this box drawn here for the C wave. As you can see, we did break down a little bit below it. I put this orange line on as a warning line. It's not the stop out line, it's the warning line. If we sustain below the orange line, it would have said to me, something's not right. Now, we saw about an hour ago a big push down below it, even kind of significantly below it, down to about 29.1. But it got immediately reversed, have a nice bullish shooting star candle there, and reversal. So at this point, I am expecting that we should finally be able to go up from here. But of course, anything is possible. So I still have my red line here, as I said, is about 28K, 28,850 to be more exact. And below here, that red bear scenario is definitely a possibility where we're going down to that 10K area. So what I have labeled on here is just this a little bit more in depth on this correction. And we're just going to move this over a little bit. Like so. Okay, so there is an A wave, a B wave, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down and a C wave. And honestly, this may actually be more like this, 3, 4, and 5 down in a C wave, something like that. But it doesn't really matter in any case. It does look like we got that C wave down. It looks very complete at this point. One way or the other, we have 5 waves in that C. And so, as I said, reversal is my primary expectation at this point. And hopefully we can start heading up to this target. So that target is, if we zoom out quite a bit here, based on a bunch of different degrees here. We have the first larger degree is this wave 1 up here and wave 2 here, and that's the fib extension that I have drawn as of right now. So within that, we should be moving up to parentheses 3 up here, which is about 36.3 to 40.4, at least for that. And then you can see we have a pullback for 4 and then another move up for 5. But we have lots of little micro degrees within this that we're looking at as well. The next degree is this one right here where we've got 1, 2, and within this we're working on this 3 of that 3, and that one is 36.2 to 38.9 is ideal, and then we've got this 1, 2, and we're working on this 3, and so that's that 34K area that I'm looking for right there. And then going down even smaller degree, we have this 1, 2, and we're working on this circle 3 right there. And so that is my immediate target. And within that, obviously, I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 happening here within that 3. So, just talking like kind of immediate price action wise, this is the target zone right here, 31,845 to 32,360. Now, again, I've said, I don't suggest shorting because third waves really should be quite strong. And it does make me a little wary, honestly, that this has not just continued upwards. Bull markets shouldn't be this hard. This is extremely choppy. We're just seeing it like move up a little bit and then give back most of the gains, and then move up a little bit and then give back most of the gains. Like, this is not typical of a bull market. Bull market typically is something that looks like this. That action right there is very typical of a bull market. But since then, we've really just chopped here, which, as I said, just makes me a little wary. But regardless, I think we should be heading up there. But as I said, I'm not looking to short because, even though that's the target, we really could see extensions up. Like, this may not do this. It may just start pressing through and head up here kind of more directly towards the 40K region. So again, not looking to short, just really looking for kind of making sure it's on that path still and making sure it stays at this point above 28.8, as I said. And as this progresses, I can move that line up as well. Because right now that line is based on kind of the smallest degree that I have on here, which is this one. It's based on this third wave. No, I'm sorry. It's based on... Sorry, I think it's this one. This fib extension right here. Yeah. Okay, so that fib extension for that 1 to 2, because we've broken the 1.0, we don't want to see it break the 6.18. That's what that's based on. That 1 and 2 right there. So as we get towards the higher degrees and we start breaking through, for instance, the 1.0 extension for this 1 and 2, 1.0 extension would be pretty much the 1.0, this third wave target that we're looking at here in that 32K region. At that point, we really shouldn't fall below 29,765. So as I said, we can kind of start moving up the line in the sand as this progresses. Okay, and then same thing once we get to this, we draw fib extension for that 1 and 2 and do the same thing and just kind of keep moving it up. So that's the way that I plan on playing it. All right, let's see. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to go down to the 5-minute chart, though I don't think we have enough action quite yet. Yeah, not quite yet. Too early to say whether or not we have 5 waves in this micro action to kind of indicate that the bottom is in. But, I mean, so far it looks promising. Like I said, that strong reversal candle is very promising on the hourly. I think if anything, maybe we have 3 right now in the very micro. Like, this is probably the end of the third wave here, about the 1618 extension, little pullback and then a push up. So in the very, very micro, getting up to around 29.5 to 29.550. If we see a little pullback here soon, that could tell us that we have 5 waves. That would be nice. It's only on the 1-minute chart at this point, but certainly something to keep an eye on. and be a little bit more confident of a bottom if we do get that. But in the meantime, the indicators are certainly telling us that bottom can be in at any time. Our PPO is very, very oversold. RSI got very, very oversold. We had some divergences forming as well. 4 hour, same thing, PPO oversold. RSI hasn't quite gotten to like super oversold yet, but it's certainly low enough to see a bounce from here. And this candle right now, 4 hour candle, if it closes like this in an hour and 20 minutes, that would be a great sign as well, that we are finally on our way up to that next target of about 32K. All right, everybody, have a great week. I will touch base with you all again on Friday. We'll see what the action has brought us at that point. But again, as long as we're above 28.8, I do expect to begin moving up here on Bitcoin into the 32 range. All right, everybody, I will talk to you on Friday.